Number 2 is the venue. Oh, that was so corny. Let's try that again.
I just want somebody to talk to, someone that's on my mind. I want something that's all cool, and it don't waste my time. Yeah, I just want somebody.
Hey friends, it's been such a long time since I posted anything, mostly because I've been so focused on wedding things. If you're watching this, you probably are too. Or maybe you've just been scrolling through Pinterest and wanted to see what is it like to be a bride during COVID. Let me know what questions you have if you are a bride or a groom planning for a wedding during this season. What I heard most while I was preparing for our wedding was, "Oh, I'm so sorry for you. It must be really hard during a pandemic with all the social distancing to ensure that you have a good wedding." Well, it could have been hard, but I tried to make it as fun as possible. I actually got a lot of compliments on the success of our wedding, the flow of the wedding, and how calm I was, at least on the outside, to everyone. My absolute number 1 is separating the wedding into tiers. My venue manager explained this to me. During the time of our wedding of September 20th in North Carolina, we were only allotted to have 10 people indoors and 25 people outdoors. Roll tiers. That really didn't fit our 175 guests. But fear not, she explained that maybe what we could do instead is that we separate 175 people into 4 tiers. Each tier would last 3 hours. At first, I was a little nervous, but then I realized, hey, I get to wear my dress all day, and now I get to have intimate moments with the people that I love. And most importantly, we got to enter 4 different ways. That's 4 different opportunities to show off your wedding dress. I mean, really, come on. That was awesome. Now I didn't have to limit my ideas through Pinterest. If you're going with this route, ensure that your venue is comfortable doing this. Honestly, people felt sorry for us that our wedding was 12 hours long, and we had a blast the entire time. Never once did we yawn or get bored or feel like we had been cheated. It was actually amazing. My biggest thing for this, if you want to separate your wedding into tiers, have a game plan for when people are leaving. Think about it. Normally during weddings, the wedding guests say goodbye to the wedding couple. But if you are separating into tiers, then you're going to have to say goodbye to people, and you're going to have to make sure that it's on time so that you stay within the government rules. That's when I came up with the idea to have a photo booth outside special for our goodbyes. So the wedding guests got to come couple by couple or family by family. They got to stand with me and my husband, take pictures on their phone just like how every single guest member wants to do anyway. And then we had a little special souvenir that they could take home. We gave them hugs or elbow kisses, whatever you want to call it. And then we said, "Thank you for coming, bye-bye," and escorted them right to their car. It is the nicest way to say, "Leave my wedding on time." Number 2 is the venue. Make sure that your venue is large enough to socially distance properly. We had a large barn for the indoors, with AC of course, and we had 46 acres of space. We utilized different photo booth areas. We had games set up outside, card games for the adults at the cocktail hour. We had ball games for the kids. That way they could roam around more. I even went to Target, and in their little cheap section aisle, I got stuff for the kids so that they could do a little scavenger hunt outside. I didn't even have to supply the stuff because the scavenger hunt was like, oh, find a pine cone or a bug or a stick. But the kids loved it, and they were able to put it in their bag, and it was just an extra treat. Along with our venue, we want to make sure that our catering was okay with this. Our caterer was okay that we went from an 8-hour schedule to a 12-hour schedule. I made sure that I sent out the time blocks where we would need our cocktail hour and our reception, and any time that we had downtime so that the caterer could warm up or cook more food. One of the biggest compliments that I received as a bride planning our wedding all by myself basically was that I didn't use just Pinterest. When you go to have a meeting with your caterer or venue manager, which you probably will be doing several times before the wedding, they don't just want to look at your screen for ideas. They want to sit down and actually see that you have planned out and printed out pictures. They were very impressed by that, and then that way I could just flip to my very organized page in my binder instead of going like, give me a minute, I saved this somewhere in my phone and waiting for Wi-Fi. Number 5 is website updates. It's the same website that we use that we sent in our invites to RSVP before COVID-19. When the pandemic happened and everything shut down, we had a lot of family members and friends going like, hey, are you still having the wedding? And for a minute there, we were like, we don't know if we even can. And if we did, we don't know what that would look like. So that way, we were able to keep people posted on the website at the very top in red on Zola saying that, hey, we are still having the wedding and we are separating into tiers to keep you safe. And to be honest, I probably was the one who looked at our website the most. Even my grandmother, who was crazy about our wedding, probably only went on our wedding website maybe 2 or 3 times. So what works best is to follow where your guests are. And for me, that was Facebook. Anytime that I had a little bit of a change or I saw some concerns arise, I posted a cute photo of me and my husband, and I tagged a very informative post that wasn't too long, and I just tagged all of our wedding guests. That way they could comment, they could thumbs up, and then I know for sure that they saw our new plans. And if your website and your social media still doesn't work, okay, fine, you're going to have to reach out manually and send out those texts. I wasn't getting too many RSVPs until it was coming up on the deadline, so 2 weeks ahead, I sent out another cute picture of me and my husband and said, hey, remember that wedding that you think you're going to? Well, if you don't RSVP, you're gonna have to sit somewhere in the back and probably bring your own sandwich, because I have to know for the caterer our head count of people. You want to eat? You want to party with us? Cool, RSVP. And I'm going to tell you something that's not that fun if you're antisocial or just scared of talking on the phone. You're going to have to talk on the phone. There's going to be a lot of phone calls, especially if you have a lot of elderly coming to your wedding. We had almost all of our grandmothers being able to attend, all 4, and they didn't really understand being tagged on Facebook even though they have a Facebook, and it was very hard for them to read their text. Sometimes they struggled opening their text messages. So when your family member calls you, don't be nervous, answer the phone. Most likely, they are just sending you some extra love and they want to make sure that they are at your wedding on time, at the right place, doing the right thing. Number 9 is hotel blocking. I actually really like this one. I met up with a hotel that's very close to our venue, about 10 or 15 minutes away. I went to get a personal tour to make sure that they were very clean, taking COVID-19 seriously, and that it was a comfortable, beautiful stay for my family members who were driving all the way out of town, or for most of them out of the state. And a really, really cool idea to make your guests feel even welcome, because, well, even though that they're coming for your wedding, you may not see all of them beforehand. When they check in, make sure that you have a cute little welcome bag inside. My mother-in-law had designed masks with our hashtag #BachelorBrunch going across from it. They had water bottles, truffles, granola, and a little reminder to be on time for their tier. All of the guests complimented this, and they said that they felt welcome and that they were ready for the wedding 2 days or 1 day before. For my welcome bag, honestly, I went to get snacks from Target or Sam's Club, and I ordered the supplies for the welcome bag on Amazon. I can go ahead and post it below. I also attached like some nice little Neutrogena facial wipes so that when they're on the way home from the wedding that they could just wipe off their makeup and be like, oh, thank you. All right, number 10, organizing your wedding before the actual wedding. Okay, so I put all of our supplies into different boxes that we had. If you're ordering a lot of supplies for your wedding through Amazon or eBay or I guess any other website, Etsy, then make sure that you're saving the boxes so that you make sure that wherever the supplies is supposed to go, that they're all together. So say that I had games for my cocktail tables. I put all the games in one box. I wrote on a Sharpie, game box, cocktail tables. I did so with everything, with our plates, with I had special napkins for cocktail hour that were different from the reception. Make sure that you label everything, use extra sticky notes, and remember what I said about the Pinterest photos coming to life by printing them out? It really, really helped us setting up when I printed out on a document pictures of what's in my head and then a list of what's supposed to be in the box. So that way, if somebody is missing something in the box, instead of just assuming that the box is perfect how it is, they can come to you and say, hey, I'm missing that purple ribbon. And you can go, oh, okay, I know where that is. And I realized that the boxes that I had forgotten to put pictures in, I was trying to explain my idea of how to set up, and people still weren't getting it. They really need a picture. So again, I stress out to you, print out pictures because nobody's supposed to know what's in your head except for you. Number 11 is one of my absolute favorites. I will tell brides this all the time now. Remember that whole thing about hotel blocking? I also reserved to have the conference room the night before the wedding. That way, I had my bachelorette day the day before, and then I got to hang out with my friends and family in the conference room while we had a game night. Now, maybe your family isn't as cool as mine, so you may want to think about something else, but my family really likes relay races. So we had these cool games where we were set up into teams, me and my bridesmaids being the team leaders, and our teams would just have to really go for the gold. We would have balloons that we would have to pop with our bottoms. Make sure that your hotel is okay with you being loud. You may want to give a warning. We had snacks, and each time that a team would win, every single team member would get a nice gift from Bath and Body Works. It was amazing. And I got to spend even more time because remember, if you're doing the tiers, although you get to have intimate time, you still have to take photos, you still have to eat. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your wedding experience and it doesn't just have to last one day. And last one, I have made this promise to myself since I was a little girl. Don't be a bridezilla. If you feel yourself getting stressed, maybe walk away, maybe talk privately to your bridesmaids. We stepped aside for a moment to have prayer. In fact, there was a moment during the wedding where me and my bridesmaids and my groom and my makeup artist all stepped to the side. We went into a whole different building and relaxed. Sometimes you just need to disappear from it all and realize that it's not that bad. Everything may just be going haywire in your head. But because we stayed calm, our venue manager was so polite to us. I didn't even realize until the day after how much they had done for us that we didn't ask them to do, that we were actually supposed to pay extra for. And because of the kindness of their heart, they just wanted to do something nice for us because I was not a bridezilla. And if anything, in fact, I'll give you a bonus tip right now. Enjoy the ride. As you are planning, remember that this is the day that you have been waiting for, but this is not the day that needs to be stressful. Remember, see yourself as being happy, being calm, being in love, being excited, being just a natural partier, dancing, drinking, eating. Remember to keep thinking those thoughts about your wedding day, and then that way you won't have to put so much pressure on yourself. Have fun. Okay, that is my 12 pieces of advice. At least that's my main ones that are going on in my head right now. I'm sure that I'll think of more and then I'll release even more. Thank you, friends. Good luck on your wedding. Sending blessings your way and good feels. Bye.
I just want somebody to talk to, someone that's on